spread all over various locations in the country. Mr. President, the Senate is worried that of its 74,000 inmates, only 24,000 are convicted, while the remaining 50,000 are awaiting trials. Report from National Bureau of Statistics covering the period from 2011 to 2015 shows that 72.5% of Nigeria's total prison populations are serving time while awaiting trial. This number includes also those with petty issues, such as shoplifting and traffic offenses. The unfortunate aspect being that some of these inmates must have spent more than time in prison than they would have spent while convicted. The Senate is worried that it is common knowledge that overcrowding has created a very unhygienic and inhuman environment in our correctional centers. Indeed, overcrowding is one of the biggest challenges faced by the inmates. Facilities meant for 800 inmates now hold about 4,000 inmates. These congestions have, over the years, been responsible for outbreak of disease in our correctional centers, orchestrated also by poor medical facilities. God forbid, if epidemics such as coronavirus or Lassa fever outbreak should occur in these centers, it will be totally uncontrollable and a national disaster which can spread out into the general public. The Senate is concerned that although our prisons have been given the new name correctional centers, they are so by names only. They are in no way near the standards of correction centers anywhere in the world. In many instances, first offenders are lumped up with hardened criminals. This singular act has virtually turned what should have been a correctional center into places where new criminal gangs are formed. Confessions from recently arrested bank robbery gang members and the confession of the first armed robber to be publicly executed in this country corroborate this position that in prison, first offenders learn from hardened criminals. As a correctional center, infrastructure must be improved and provisions made for correctional facilities such as academic, skill training, and recreational facilities. Mr. President, the Senate resolves to urge the Nigeria Prison and Correctional Services to adequately profile inmates and separate them accordingly, to avoid lumping of light first offenders with hardened criminals, and undertake a national cleanup and fumigation of all correctional facilities in the country to avoid outbreak of epidemics. The Senate urges the Ministry of Interior to commence the process of upgrading facilities in our prisons to truly transform them into correctional centers. The Senate urges the Judiciary, the Ministry of Interior, and Nigeria Prison Services to work together and come up with a workable modality on how to fast-track the process of decongesting the correctional centers in the country. The Senate urges its Committee on Interior and Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to undertake a critical oversight on the state of our correctional centers and report back to the Senate in 4 weeks. Mr. President, I so move.
Senator Patrick Abomoro, former